What's up guys, today let's take a look at LooseCollector Lady Death in gold armor. I want to preface a little bit about this figure before I start the review. The reason I picked this one up is because I missed out on the original Lady Death from LooseCollector years ago, and when this figure went up pre-order, I didn't even hesitate to pick it up, even though it is quite expensive, so you can say that FOMO got me well. And my experience with LooseCollector is very, very limited. I only got their Red Sonja, and that's it. No other figure from this company. So my expectation is, I don't know what to expect outside of Red Sonja. So it is pretty much a brand new territory for me, and I have to say I'm very, very disappointed for this figure because this figure is not cheap at all. Even here, it's like $85. And I think on BBTS, this figure is 110, which there's no way this figure was this kind of price. I don't think this figure is particularly bad. Like, there's something that's really bad about it, but overall, it's a mediocre figure. But 110, yeah, no way it's worth that figure. But anyway, yeah, let's take a look at the figure then. First, let's take a look at the face. I think the face look fine. It definitely needs a bit more shading, especially given the price point, which is going to be the thing that I brought out a lot in this review because, you know, the hair is okay. You can see the mole line here, right? I'll give it a pass because, like, see the mole line here as well. The mole line on the hair is pretty notorious to get rid of because the way you get rid of mole line is you use a sandpaper to shave it down, and for hair it's going to risk damaging the detail. So again, like I said, going to let it slide, even though a way cheaper figure for art, the hair shred detail is much better and there's no visible mole line on it at all. So, you know, it can be done as long as you want to. You can see the shading, the shadow on the hair is done pretty nicely. I don't hate it. I wish there's a little bit dry brush, but at least the finish is pretty matte, so it's not a huge deal. I wish there's more shading like this on the skin tone, but there's zero shading on the skin tone, so it looks kind of soft. Sorry, kind of cheap. And the overall gold paint is pretty nicely done, I have to say. There's a lot of small details, and they're mostly pretty nicely painted. Like, I can really tell they put a decent amount of effort into painting details like this. There's no obvious paint bleed, so that's great. Same for the wings, and the feather here is two feather are separate pieces, and they're just black plastic. Again, a gray dry brush will bring out the detail much more. Right now they just look like very cheap black straps. The thing that I don't like the most is the scope is super soft because they used very soft plastic, and on top of that, I don't think they use very high quality mold, so you can tell the scope, the detail is not very good, and there's no wash on the gold, so it looks cheap. Like, for example, when we compare it to the reason I want to use the Accessory Studio armor piece to compare is because Accessory Studio is not a high-end line, okay? The factory that produce them are primarily making Hasbro product, and they're not expensive at all. But let me zoom in, and we can compare the details on the helmet. You can see how nice the detail looks with wash, and you can take a look at the detail on the Lady Death here. It looks very mushy, especially here. Holy cow, it looks terrible. And they are very soft. I can see here. The main reason this is not as soft as, for example, some of the Hasbro product is because at least the joint is the insert joint, so you can't really bend it all the way, but still, look at how soft the plastic is. Holy cow. It's a double whammy that they use soft material and they use low quality mold, okay? This is still very soft plastic, but the detail on it is much better. So yeah, for a figure that costs $110, this sort of level of details is not acceptable for me, okay? Let's see the skull. Yeah, this is not very good detail. Well, maybe she moved better. I doubt it, but we'll see. Let's take a look at her articulation. The head can look up pretty much nothing, look down this much. Rotation, I guess you can force it, yeah, but it's going to interfere with the feather and the wings, and tail is of course very limited. But even without the hair, the way they do the neck joint is terrible, okay? The bottom of the neck peg is all the way down to the chest, and there's really no range here, so terrible engineering on the neck peg. No butterfly joint. Can rotate about this much. Cannot raise to 90 degrees because apparently they don't know how to do shoulder pad. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow. At least the joint is nice and tight. And ball hinge wrist. Okay. Torso. It's actually a pretty good torso. Diaphragm joint, that is. Back this much. Side. Rotation is only about this much. And holy cow, mold line. You can see the giant mold line here on the leg. Pay a little bit of attention. Holy cow. What are you guys doing? There's no waist cut, even though it is clearly doable. Like I said many times before, if they at least has some sort of experience, the model kit, you can easily cut around here and put a ball joint here. It's very common in Japanese model kit, but we're probably expecting too much from them. Okay. Hip joint, there's no drop down. Can kick 90 degrees. Back, nothing. Side, not bad. And cross leg. So okay, so it's a pretty decent setup. Side swivel is at here, so we can do 360. Hidden by the scope, it's pretty nice. Knee joint, actually pretty good knee joint, and decent amount of range. And take a look at the ankle. Look at how soft the shoe is. Oh my god. Can go all the way back. Ah. See, I cannot even push the joint because the shoe is just so soft. All the way forward. That's pretty good. Ankle rocker is of course very crooked, and there's no swivel here, even though you can clearly tell it can be easily incorporated into the scope, but they didn't do that. And of course, no toe joint. And this level of soft shoes is going to hinder the ability for her to stand. Like, she's already going to have problems standing because of the wings. And if you guys have experience collecting 1/6 seamless figure, some of them doesn't have the inner skeleton inside of the feet, so they basically cannot stand on its own without a stand. All right, I feel like this figure, especially in the summer, is going to have the same problem. Oh, of course, the wings is just on the ball joint, so can rotate and wiggle. The feather are just inserted there. No articulation. So the articulation is like, it's okay for this kind of figures, but again, for $110, or at least in my case $85, I expect much better. All right, let's take a look at the accessories. And I forgot to show, this is not just the toe, okay, it's all the gold part, right? You can see how soft that is. Same goes for the legs, okay? I mean, is it acceptable for you to have this level of gumminess on a 110 figure? I don't think so. This is terrible. For hand, she comes with 4 extra pairs. Gripping hand, fist hand, gesture hand, all that kind of stuff. The gripping hand is for the weapon. There's still no wash on it, but at least the gold paint is nicely done. And the string has a little bit give to it, and the overall material of the weapon is not droopy, so that's nice. But as you can see, the gripping hand cannot hold it very well, right? It's very loose. And since the gold part is very soft on the main figure, when you are swapping the hand, you are going to pull the wrist peg out, okay, from time to time. And there's no old hand. And what else does he come with? You know how much I can get for, like, how much money if I want to get a stand like this? I can get it for like less than $1 on Taobao. Okay, this is terrible because, once again, this is a $110 figure, and they didn't even bother to give her a dedicated stand, but instead using this kind of knockoff Bandai stand. Like, she doesn't even come with old hand or old head or effect piece, and they even can't even bother to give her a dedicated stand. Like, where's the budget goes? I don't understand. Like, the mold is not very good, doesn't come with a lot of accessories, and the material is also pretty crappy. What are we doing here? Let's take a look at the size comparison. A case in point comparison with Snapshot's Angel Angela. They are about the same sort of figure, but as the kid these days might say, Angela absolutely mocked Lady Death in terms of quality, finish, and for cheaper price. So I understand that American company is going to have higher level of operation costs compared to Chinese company, but I really don't feel there is much effort being put into Lady Death here. With Marvel Legend, Mystic Legion, Jedi Invincible, and Meditoid Death Knight. So in summary, unless you're just very desperately trying to get a Lady Death figure, I don't recommend this figure at all. Like, even at, I don't know, on sale, 40%, 50%, I can only get this figure like a 7 at most. At full price, probably going to give like 4, because this is not a well-made figure, okay? It's mediocre to its core, and it is super overpriced. So yeah, don't buy this figure. All right, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.